Hello, it's the full moon in Virgo 2023, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about it. Now, before we get into the full moon in Virgo stuff, I need to point out that we have Saturn moving into Pisces. It changes signs every 3 years, and it hasn't been in the sign of Pisces since the early 90s. So this is like another 30-year cycle that's coming to an end and coming to a beginning, because you can't have one without the other. We also have on March 23rd, Pluto changing signs, which is huge. It takes Pluto like 12 to 15 years to change signs. It has a 248-year cycle. So that switching signs this month is also a huge indication of things shifting, big energy shifts. Also, we have the astrological new year. Pisces is technically the last sign of the zodiac. It's also kind of the beginning sign. It represents the primordial cosmic swirl from which all things emerge and all things return to. But really, it's where the seeds are sown and things are digested and brought up and processed so that we can start fresh in Aries season, and whatever seeds we have planted during Pisces season really take root and take off during Aries season. So we have that coming up mid-month as well. And so for the full moons are always about releasing something. It's also about illuminating. So Virgo really sheds light on all this stuff that comes up during Pisces season so that we can take a look at it and we can process it. We can reorganize it. We can purify it. We can assimilate the stuff that's good into our bodies, into our minds, into our hearts, and discard or compost what isn't useful for us anymore. So this is a good time for going through your closet, like getting rid of clothes that don't really fit your style anymore, going through stacks of paperwork, not being afraid to look at all these bills or whatever you've been putting off, your taxes, whatever. It's also a time for purging your diet, your lifestyle, like what is in alignment with what you're creating, who you are becoming, and what is your old self. For me, I had to have a blizzard come through and cut off my power, but I've kicked so far this bad movie habit. I was like watching movies before bed every night, or most nights. And now, since I haven't had power, I have been reading and meditating and journaling, which is what I've always aspired to do. I've also had a bout of fasting and changed my diet, and exercise routine. Virgo is really about like what we put into our bodies. It's also our daily routines and our habits. So it's that time to really shine a light on our own rituals and see what's helping us and what's holding us back from living our best, happiest, most balanced lives. What else? So it's also looking at our belief systems. Pisces really does like bring up from our subconscious like our limiting beliefs. So for me, what came through this past couple of weeks was my feelings around money and security and having enough and feeling cared for and feeling safe. And it's unlocked. It was like a little string that unlocked all these other belief systems that aren't accurate and I've been holding on to my whole life, and they've just been below the surface and I haven't really been aware of them. And this season, it's really come to the forefront for me, and it's helped me take a look at a lot of other things. So this time is a good time to journal, which is another form of processing what has been coming up for you, what has been triggering you recently, what has been making you feel afraid, what fears have come up. Have you noticed that you have been wanting to change your diet or exercise more, or that you're really wanting to step into like a new way of living your life that's more in alignment with the person that you're trying to become? For some of this really the release involves like a big loss. It could be the loss of a loved one. It could be the loss of a relationship. It could be the loss of a job. The universe is really coming through and clearing our path to our next phase of evolution. So whatever is not in alignment for you is being shown to you so you can do something about it, or it's taking it away from you just straight up. And it can be really a painful time, and there's so much to unlock and see within ourselves around that. Well, I hope this was helpful. If it was, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what's coming up for you this Pisces season. I'd love to, and Virgo full moon, like what are you needing to change? What is being taken away? What are you realizing that you need to purge from your life? This purification process is so potent. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like your own reading to see which energies are being activated in your chart, or a tarot reading around what's emerging, what needs to be released, what wants to be embraced, and what you aspire to, what helps you and hinders you, let me know. Send me a DM and we can get something on the books. I hope you have a wonderful day.